Hello everyone. Welcome to this channel. It feels good to be here again. I thank God for the ability and the privilege to be here again to speak with all of you who listen to me. Today we are going to talk about how to regenerate a prayerful life. Okay, so if you're here and you feel like you were once prayerful and then you just feel like this you feel like you regressed in your prayerfulness. Okay, so this video will be for you. Okay, um I want to just put a disclaimer here that I am not there yet. Well, I have a background story, and I was, I think, in the year 2020 to 2021. I was in that corner where I saw myself regress in my prayer life, and it was a daily thing, and I just saw myself go down and down, and I almost couldn't help it. Of course, I tried to do different things, to get involved in church, and a lot of things, but then these things did not really help. So I'm just going to share a few tips on how to regenerate a prayerful life. So number one will be to get yourself in the midst of people who pray. So if you want to do something, you have to get yourself in the midst of people who do that thing. Even the Bible said that in the midst of counselors there is safety. So where you have people who do what you want to do, you find yourself in no time doing that thing. So yeah, so I would always say that I have a testimony that I thank God that even in the midst of, even in the time where my prayerful life regressed, before that happened, I was already in the prayer group, in the women prayer network. It's called the Women Praying Network. So in the course of that regression, I was in the prayer group, but then I was very inactive. But then I would see them post every day, prayer today. We used to have these daily prayers, but I rarely joined. But I just thank God that I still remained there. There was a time I even thought of leaving the group, but I thank God I still remained in the group. Okay, so I believe that's also played a part in me coming back, because I'll see people post different testimonies, just reminders of prayer today. So just keeping yourself in that environment of people, with other people who do what you want to do. You're gonna in no time start doing it as well. So that's number one. My number two will be that you should set out time. Whatever you do not set out time for, you will not do it. If you don't, even if you have to go to work, okay, for example, now for those who go to work every day, if you do not have it in mind that work starts at 8, you may never even go to work. Like, you may end up going to work at 4 p.m. or at 2 p.m. My point is, whatever you don't set out time for, you do not do it. There will be always other things. There will always be other things that would want to take that place, that would want to take priority. There would always, you may never find time to do that thing if you don't find time for it. So please set out time. It could be any time in the day. It doesn't even have to be in the morning. Even if holding your prayers in the morning is too demanding or seems unreachable, you can actually have a prayer time in the afternoon or in the night. Anytime is fine. Just set out time. It could be 30 minutes, it could be 15 minutes, provided you take out time to pray to God every day. A prayerless life is an empty life. Once you go through a life of prayerlessness, you would see yourself empty each day. And the honest truth is that we need God to fill our cups every day. So imagine that you don't get imagine living your life day to day, daily, with an empty cup. There's a song that says, "Fill my cup, Lord, I lift it up." So you need to grow your prayer life. It is essential. It is imperative that you grow your prayer life. So number two, I said, was setting out time. So today, set out time. It could be 2 to 2:30 every day. It could be 2:30 to 2:40. That's still something. It's better than nothing. See, having 10 minutes of prayer every day is better than having 1 week without praying. Okay? Don't forget this. So my number 3 is creating an atmosphere of worship, an atmosphere of prayer. You cannot expect yourself to feel like praying if you're listening to secular songs all day. Because whatever you listen to is what you fill your mind with. And if your mind is filled with all those things, whatever, you would see yourself thinking about these things, and there's no space for prayer, there's no space for God in your mind. So if there's no space for God in your mind, praying to God will be the least thing you would want to do. So you want to create an atmosphere, and that atmosphere does not just come sometimes, right? So many times you'd have to create that atmosphere, being conscious of the songs you listen to. Even if you are at work, you can plug your ears, listening to worship music, or something. Just creating an atmosphere in your home, in your house. You have speakers. Instead of listening to the trending secular songs by whichever artist, why not listen to a worship song by Bethel Music or by Mercy Chinwo? Why not listen to a song by I don't want to call, I'm sorry I'm calling musicians, but yes, by Dulcine Yekon, by Nathaniel Bassey, by these great ministers of God, Bethel, Hillsong. Okay, why not listen to the songs and get your life blessed? Okay, this would help you build or regenerate a prayerful life. And my number 4 will be create a praise and worship playlist. Okay, so I've already said that you should set out time for prayer. I've said that you should create an atmosphere of prayer and worship. You also need to set a playlist. The reason why you have to do that is because in the process of even doing that, you may enter into prayer, and also many times you'd see yourself, if you don't have a prayer list, right, it is hard for you to start praying sometimes. Having a worship list helps you, to key in and be in the mood of prayer. It just helps you, gives you like a freeway, a freeway into it. Okay, so create a worship list today. If you're here and you do not have a worship list, this is a good time for you to create one. Get one of those best beautiful worship songs and create a playlist, and then have them play, in your house, have them play at work, in your car when driving to work, driving to church. Just create that ambience of worship. Okay, it will help you grow your prayer life. My number 5 will be that you should know why you need to pray. So one of the ways to doing something is knowing why you're doing it. It's almost like it's a drive. Many times you are driven by purpose. So if you know why you need to pray, you find yourself praying. If you knew that the devil is like a roaring lion taking food to devour, and even though you are resting, he does not rest. When you know these things, you would want to pray. When you know that the devil's mission on earth is to steal, kill, and to destroy, you would want to pray. When you know that in the Lord you should live, move, and have your being, that is staying in God's presence and living off Him, you would want to pray. So you have to get yourself filled with the knowledge of the reason why you should pray. This would help you regenerate your prayer life. So start researching, why do I need to pray? Do your research. Go online, go on Google, couple it with the Word of God. Get the Word of God with you and know why you need to pray in the first place. And this would help you, this would kickstart your prayer life again. This would regenerate your prayer life again. Alright? My 6th and final point would be that you should start now. Never procrastinate these things, because the mind is so fleeting. The mind of man is so fleeting. You may feel like doing something now, and then the next second you do not feel like doing it. You may get distracted by whatever, and you see that you did not do the things you wanted to do before. So please start now. I urge you, you can even drop your phone right now as you're listening to me, and just start to thank God for God's goodness, God's mercies, who God is to you. and start from there, and then it's just seek his forgiveness for the times you have neglected his presence, for the times you have not put him first. You know, of course, you are, if you've not created a playlist, you should create it now. As you're creating it, you're entering into worship, you're entering into thanksgiving, you're entering into forgiveness of sins, confessions, and then you're entering into honoring God and just giving God the glory. And just enjoying his presence, speaking in tongues if you can speak in tongues, and just, and if you find yourself struggling with this thing, then you have to go back to knowing the reason why you should pray in the first place. I hope this blesses everyone who watches this. I really felt the need to do this because we all need it. We all need it. Please, if this blessed you, share with anyone you feel should listen and watch it. Never forget to like these videos. Like the video, place your comments, share with people, and I will see you in my next